Greetings to all of you. I want to talk today about Jupiter's movement into Taurus on May 17th, followed a few days later by the new moon in Taurus on May 19th. Many of us are feeling the intense energies of the eclipse cycle of this past lunar cycle that began on April 19th or 20th, depending on where you live on the globe, with the total solar eclipse, followed by the penumbral lunar eclipse on May 5th. We all experienced how profound the energies of this eclipse cycle have been in guiding us in an accelerated process of healing and transformation. As we move into this new moon in Taurus, I believe we're being supported in how to begin to integrate the shifts that we've been through and how to begin to feel, intuit, and vision the new forms of the Aquarian age that we're being guided into. But let me show you the energies in the chart at the time of this new moon. As you can see, Jupiter is now at 0 degrees of Taurus. It has just moved into Taurus as of May 17th and will be there for another year. Remember that Jupiter spends approximately 1 year in each sign of the zodiac as it makes its 12-year orbit around the sun. It's very significant that at the time of this new moon, Jupiter is conjunct the North Node and exactly squaring Pluto in Aquarius. So I do believe that Jupiter, that planet that supports us in having faith, in opening to new possibilities, is guiding us to begin to intuit, to begin to sense what are these new forms of the Aquarian age that we're meant to manifest in our lives. I also believe that it's very powerful with all of this energy in the sign of Taurus at the time of this new moon, that we are being supported in deepening our connection with the earth, with the natural environment around us. Remember, the earth herself is in a profound time of transformation. And as we connect with her, we are being guided energetically to move through this time of profound transformation and evolution of our consciousness as humanity on this planet. So it's important at the time of this new moon, take time to be in nature. Take time to connect with the earth. This both will help to ground you in this time of accelerated change and transition, and it will also support you in beginning to get your own clarity about the new forms that you're meant to move into as we experience this increasing energy of the Aquarian age, which again, I think will more fully be feeling and manifesting as we come to the end of 2024 and Pluto's full movement into the sign of Aquarius in November of 2024. But this is an incredibly profound time with Pluto continuing to square the lunar nodes, which are now in the early degrees of Scorpio and Taurus. And at the time of this new moon, Mercury and Jupiter are conjunct the North Node. I think this is highly significant in that one of the shifts that we're experiencing as we move through this transition into the age of Aquarius is we are shifting neurologically from being for 5,000 years very much in a left brain dominant way of thinking and being into more balance with left brain, right brain ways of thinking and knowing. As I've talked about in earlier videos, in more ancient times, we as humans were primarily right brain dominant. That was true through the age of Taurus up until we came to the age of Aries around 2000 BCE, when we began to shift into the left brain dominant way of thinking and experiencing our reality, which means more analytical ways of understanding things as we're separate from what's around us and observing it and studying it. It's about linear ways of thinking, more detail-oriented ways of learning and understanding things. Right brain ways of knowing are more about intuition, being in relationship with what we're experiencing, being able to experience things in an empathic way. So it's really a profound time where we're moving into an integration, a balancing of left brain, right brain ways of knowing and thinking. And this is reflected in this powerful combination with Mercury, which relates more with the sign of Gemini and Virgo and the left brain ways of knowing, and Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, which is more about intuitive, holistic, integrative, right brain ways of knowing and thinking. So both of these are conjunct the North Node and squaring Pluto at the time of this new moon, calling us into that reintegration of those aspects of ourselves. So I encourage you at the time of this new moon, think about how you are more and more honoring your intuition, your inner knowing, that guidance that comes through your empathic attunement to what's around you, and that more holistic, integrative way of understanding things, seeing things and experiencing things more symbolically, seeking the deeper philosophical and spiritual meaning of what's occurring in your life, and not just being caught up in left brain, analytical, intellectual ways of understanding what's going on in yourself and around you. It's also significant at the time of this new moon that Pluto will be in opposition to Mars, continuing to support us in transforming how we are acting. Again, to be supporting us, Mars is part of this T-square with the North Node and Mercury and Jupiter. So we're being supported in changing our ways of thinking, transforming our beliefs to guide us in how we're acting, and Mars in the final degrees of Cancer to act from a place of compassion, rather than, if we're not working this T-square consciously, we may be acting out in aggressive ways. There may be increased violence in the collective, that if we are not integrating these energies in a conscious way, this can manifest in the shadow side of aggressive acting out, confusion about how we're acting, tendencies to easily get triggered. But the deeper meaning is we are being supported in looking at how we're transforming our ways of seeing things, our ways of acting, in order to come from more of a place of compassion. Neptune and Pisces trining Mars, in order to be moving into the age of Aquarius, where we're in more collaboration and cooperation and compassion with and for each other, rather than in power struggles, in competition, in power over, in acting out, which are these paradigms of the past that we're being asked to let go of. Pluto's continuing to move back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius, tearing down those old power over structures and those ways in which we have acted out against each other, acted out in ways in which we've been violating the earth, and we are being pulled into a transformational process to transform how we think, how we view each other, how we act in relationship with each other in the world. So at the time of this new moon, I really encourage you to look at, where is Pluto in your chart? Where are these lunar nodes and the North Node with Mercury and Jupiter? What house are they in? Where in particular are you being called to move into new ways of seeing and thinking, to be balancing your intuition with your analytical mind. Where is Pluto in your chart, guiding you through your own transformational process? Remember, as I've talked about, Pluto squaring the lunar nodes is an alchemical process. Pluto is guiding us to bring what's been hidden or in the shadows within us into the light of consciousness in order to be in this transformational process to move into new forms, North Node and Taurus. So we're all being supported in bringing more and more these hidden aspects of ourselves into awareness, to be reintegrating left brain, right ways of being, and to, in particular, honor our intuition. This comes through strongly in Pluto's opposition with Pallas Athene at the time of this new moon, guiding us to honor our creative intelligence, that deeper intuitive part of ourselves, those other ways of knowing that aren't about our analytical mind. And with Uranus conjunct the sun and moon at the time of this new moon, we're being supported, Uranus, to get more clarity, to get these downloads from spirit, from the other realms that are guiding us in what we need to be aware of. What are we needing to see? How are we being supported, Uranus, to cut through illusion, to see the truth in ourselves and the truth in what's going on around us? Uranus also is not about understanding things in an analytical way, but by getting this direct message from spirit, from our own inner guidance, that's showing us through those flashes of knowing, those synchronistic experiences, what we need to see and how to set ourselves free from the ways in which we may be caught in illusion or not seeing ourselves clearly. This is an alchemical time where Pluto in Aquarius is supporting us in connecting with the true gold of who we are. Uranus is supporting us in setting ourselves free from what may be holding us back from being in alignment with our true selves, with our soul self. So allow yourself enough time to meditate at the time of this new moon and open to the clarity that's coming to you, open to what's coming through your intuition. Remember that during this new moon, Neptune is sextiling the sun and moon, also supporting your intuitive ways of knowing and guidance that may be coming to you through the dream time, guidance that may be coming to you through your energetic and emotional sensitivity to what's going on within you, what's going on around you. Remember that Neptune supports us in connecting with the spiritual realm, with the oneness of all that is. So allow yourself at the time of this new moon to have enough time and space to tune in and listen to your inner guidance, listen to your dreams, open to the messages that these planets and the sun and moon and cosmic energies are bringing to you. Allow yourself to listen to the energies of the earth and sky that are actively supporting us in how we're meant to make these shifts individually as well as collectively to move into this higher consciousness and the new paradigms of the Aquarian age. I also think it's significant at the time of this new moon that Neptune is now trining Mars. Neptune in Pisces trining Mars in Cancer. Mars is in the final degree of Cancer and is supporting us in acting from a place of compassion, sensitivity to others, remembrance of our oneness with all that is, And it may be a time where, again, how you act or where you put your energy needs to be guided by your intuition, by your sensitivity and empathic attunement to what's going on around you, rather than from an intellectual, analytical way of making choices or decisions. We're all in such a profound time of change now. And in my interactions with many of you, I hear how you're experiencing an accelerated time of healing, of having issues from the past that need to come up for clearing or healing, coming up in an accelerated way. Many of you are feeling an increasing sense of spiritual expansiveness. Many of us are feeling shifts in our experience of time and space, and an increasing sense of our psychic attunement and connection with each other, with what's going on in the collective. Many of us are getting stronger and stronger experiences of our intuition or experiences of psychic gifts and knowing that's coming through these more right brain ways of knowing and being. It can be disorienting at times and confusing at times to be feeling these profound shifts, but honor that this is part of the powerful shift that we're in moving into a new paradigm and into a higher consciousness. But again, we can't move into this higher consciousness of the Aquarian age without clearing the blocks, doing the inner healing work that we need to do to be able to move into these new paradigms in an integrated way. So allow this lunar cycle and this new moon to support you in taking time to get more clarity, to be more grounded, to begin to integrate these shifts that you're experiencing, and to begin to envision and hold the sense of faith about this process of transformation that we're all in. There's one other aspect in this chart that I want to point out. As we're dealing with the shifts that we're in collectively, it's highly significant that at the time of this new moon, the sun and moon are in alignment with Sedna, who's in the final degree of Taurus. She will move into Gemini in mid-June. But remember, Sedna is that planet whose orbit is 11,400 years. She has that elliptical cycle where she orbits all the way out close to our Oort cloud, the inner part of our Oort cloud, and then comes back into our solar system. When she's back in the part of her orbit that is coming closest to our solar system, it is a reminder to us on Earth that this is a time in the larger 24,000 year precessional cycle that we're being called into an accelerated time of transformation. We go through these accelerated shifts at the end of a precessional cycle and the beginning of a new one, which is where we are now, and at the midpoint. So every approximately 12,000 years, which is close to Sedna's cycle. So she is the messenger of these profound shifts that we're in. So part of the meaning and wisdom of this message of this lunar cycle is the reminder that we're in these larger cycles of evolution and development in our human history on the Earth, in our solar system. Remember, in the story of Sedna, the Inuit goddess of the sea, the core theme of that story is Sedna the maiden is on a spiritual journey of initiation. She goes through this transformation, this death, rebirth, to dissolve her sense of herself as she was, to become the goddess of the sea, to connect with the oneness of all that is. As Sedna is back close to our solar system, she is reminding us that we're in this profound time of spiritual evolution on the planet, to move into a higher consciousness, to dissolve our old ways of being and our identification with our egos and our separate sense of self, to dissolve into that remembrance that we're a part of cosmic consciousness. We're a part of the oneness of all that is. This is the promise. This is the opportunity that we have as we move through this time into the Aquarian age. But it's only as we can heal and clear away the paradigms of the past and clear the trauma that we've been through individually and collectively that we can move into this expansive consciousness in an integrated and grounded way. Sedna is supporting us in this and is reminding us of these larger cycles of our evolution of consciousness. As we rebalance and move more into right brain ways of knowing, we remember that our journey is not a linear path as the left brain would visualize it. Our journey individually and collectively is a cyclical path. We experience the cycle of the seasons on the earth. We experience the cyclical movements of the sun and moon and planets. We experience our larger cycles as a solar system moving around the galactic center. We are in a journey, a cyclical journey, a spiral journey of evolution and growth. And this lunar cycle is reminding us of that and guiding us in how to work with this time in this cycle where we're called more and more into bringing into form these ways of being of this higher level of consciousness. And let me show you where the sun and moon are in the sky at the time of this new moon. On May 19th, at the time of this new moon, the sun and moon will be in the sky, in the stars of Taurus, right by the shoulder of the bull, right close to the stars of the Pleiades. Remember that the Pleiades are this profound constellation that in esoteric understanding and deeper astrological understanding, the Pleiades are connected with our understanding of our third eye, of our capacity to gain that inner guidance, that spiritual understanding from the support of the cosmos and how we experience it within us. The Pleiades are profound in that in terms of these larger cycles, our sun is a binary star circling around the star Sirius. Together, they circle around the Pleiades, around Alcyone, the brightest star in the Pleiades in particular, and then our whole solar system, our sun and solar system, circle around the galactic center. And that is a journey that takes 250 million years. So we're in this precessional cycle of approximately 24,000 years. We circle around Alcyone, this main star of the Pleiades, and together we circle around our galactic center. So we're all on this profound journey around the galactic center, our source, the source of all that is, that inner center that we experience within ourselves, within our hearts, but we experience it at the center of our galaxy. And this new moon with its being in the stars of Taurus, right by the Pleiades, is guiding us to remember we're in these bigger cycles and we are being supported and guided in how we collectively can move into this higher consciousness. But the Pleiades, again, are about the importance of those ways of knowing through the third eye, through our intuition, through our connection with spirit, our spirituality, and our spiritual guidance. So it's very important to open to those ways of knowing at the time of this new moon. Listen to your inner guidance. Open to your connection with spirit in whatever way you find that connection, and allow yourself to feel that you're a part of this cyclical time of evolution, this spiral journey of increasing expansion of our consciousness. So as you experience the powerful energies of this new moon, take time in nature, take time to tune into your body. The energy of Taurus is strong in this new moon. Honor your body. Honor that your body has its own attunement to this time of change. Let your body connect to the earth and be nurtured and grounded by your connection with the natural environment. We're also being called at the time of this new moon to be in right relationship with the earth. As we remember the sacredness of the earth and come back into our deep heart and soul connection with the earth, that will guide us into being more protective of our natural resources, to be more in right relationship with all of the life around us. It will not come from our minds. It will not come from our fear of what is unfolding. It will come from our love and come from our being back in respect, honoring right relationship with the earth and all of life around us. We know that at a deep level, that this is our home. This is that we are but one expression of the life on this planet. Allow yourself to feel that relationship with the earth, with the life forms around you, and honor them, give thanks to them, hold gratitude for the beauty and sacredness of this planet. And allow yourself to step out of your left brain, to open to those more right brain ways of knowing and being, to listen to your dreams, to listen to your intuition, to take time to open to your inner guidance and the guidance from spirit, to support you in how you're holding your own sense of faith and trust in this powerful time of change that we're moving through, where often there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of disorientation, a lot of confusion. But Jupiter in Taurus is supporting us in having faith in the new possibilities that are unfolding and in beginning to sense and intuit the new forms of the Aquarian age that we're moving into. So allow this to be a time where you open to what you're envisioning, what you're intuiting, what you're sensing are the changes that you're meant to make and embody and manifest in your own life. And allow these profound energies of the earth and sky to hold you, support you, guide you as you move through this accelerated time of transformation. And remember that Pluto is helping us reclaim the true gold of who we are. So we are being guided to come back into that remembrance of who we truly are, of what we're capable of what we can, the paradigms we can move into in this higher consciousness. I truly believe that the meaning of the Aquarian age is not a continuing idealization of technology, of artificial intelligence, and of how our left brain can continue to manufacture more accelerated technological ways of dealing with things. I truly believe the meaning of the Aquarian age is that we see that technology as the training wheels opening us to remembering the capacity of our consciousness, the capacity of our ability to be in this spiral evolution of consciousness, to come back into the awareness of our being energy beings capable of opening to new understandings of time and space, our interconnectedness with each other and with the galaxy around us. I truly believe that the beings in our galaxy who have higher consciousness travel across the galaxy with their consciousness, not with their technology. They remember and know that we're all interconnected, and how we experience ourselves and express ourselves not only impacts ourselves and those immediately around us, but impacts what's going on in the collective. So as we're in this transformational time, it's a time of increasing responsibility and awareness of our attunement with each other, our interconnectedness with each other, the importance of our doing our own healing work, not only because it supports us in healing, but it supports us in helping heal the collective consciousness to support our movement into the age of Aquarius, into this higher consciousness and these radically new paradigms. May we all continue to support each other in that journey and hold that faith and hope that Jupiter is bringing us to begin to envision the new forms, to begin to bring them into shape and manifestation on the earth plane in this time. Blessed be.